Okay, so you clicked on this video because you think some YouTubers don't deserve their places, right? If you're not, then I'm sorry, but I thought people who clicked on this video would actually think in that way. Or maybe you might see every YouTuber as a massive unemployed and consider it's not a real job compared to 9 to 5. That was what most of my adults around me thought when YouTube first came out. YouTube is an inappropriate website for children and YouTubers are just some weirdos making dumb videos.
Hello, brother!
But whatever the adults say, you watch YouTube anyway, like who listens to their parents at that age? Watching a 25-year-old man playing Minecraft and you think to yourself, people make money while playing games? I should do it too. You probably looked for a recording app, a game to play, and a bad mic and start recording not knowing how bad it is. Of course it gets 0 views and you didn't think those people are adults. They have money, a good computer, and a good software. The reason I can't be a YouTuber is because I am not an adult yet. And that is a fair thing to say. But you're an adult now, or at least you have those things I've just mentioned. Then wow, YouTube is saturated as hell. There's so many people here, the whole YouTube itself stepped up. Every YouTuber is at their corporate level. We can't compete with them and we give up. Thinking those successful YouTubers were an adult at the right time and you weren't. Making they don't deserve their places. It was just luck. You know, this is pretty much what I thought when I was young, specifically in high school. Thinking some YouTubers just had the right timing. But I completely changed my mind right now. I can now refute every single thought I had about YouTubers in the past. And I'm pretty sure that now me is right and high school me is wrong. Let's think about the timing. The famous YouTuber you see now are old. They are old channels. Most will have a 10-year-old video. And YouTube 10 years old YouTube wasn't powerful as it is now. These days, every news site, every famous person uses YouTube as a tool to promote themselves. But back in the days, YouTube was just another video publishing site, but with lots of potential. News sites thought YouTube would take their spots. People won't watch TV or visit their sites and just watch YouTube. Low audience means no money, and no company wants to go bankrupt. And the only thing they can do was to sue YouTube to take those videos down. The company Viacom did this. You know these Paramount Pictures and Nickelodeon? Viacom owned them. And this super big mega company sued YouTube for $1 billion for copyright problems. Now, YouTube was owned by Google at that point, so even if they lost, YouTube probably would not go bankrupt. But Google will be really mad because $1 billion? Google was worth $150 billion then. So it wasn't a small amount of money, even for Google. And again, no company wants to go bankrupt. YouTube losing this lawsuit could lead to some negative effects to the YouTubers there. I mean, the copyright problem was made by YouTubers, as it's written here. Viacom sued YouTube because of those stolen contents. Losing the lawsuit could lead to more restrictive copyright laws. Okay, YouTube now of course have been criticized for their copyright detecting system, but I'm saying that it could have gotten worse. In reality, YouTube won the lawsuit, so none of the stuff I said mattered. But the thing I want to say is that YouTube wasn't a stable money pipe. Rather, it was like working with a guy who changes everything, anytime. And you know it's really annoying when a person you're working with is not consistent. I mean, not everyone in that platform was making YouTube videos for money, so there could be some people left in YouTube, even though YouTube one day says they can't give money anymore to the creators. But you think we are going to be one of them? Those creators like PewDiePie who actually enjoys making videos? No, we want money. That's why I started YouTube in the first place. Don't you say you enjoy making every video because even PewDiePie had a burnout. Making videos can't always be enjoyable. So even if we were an adult when YouTube first came out, there's a little chance that we would pour our precious time into making YouTube videos. And another factor that will block us from making videos is you think my parents will actually allow me to become a full-time YouTuber? They are still skeptical now in 2026. No way they would allow me if I started earlier, when YouTube was unstable. And parents will compare you to your friends who have a real job, like businessmen or engineers. At least for now. Even today, by some people, YouTuber is not considered as a real job. I do not doubt that it was worse in the past. Can you handle those negative attentions? If so, then you just passed the first mountain of becoming a YouTuber. There is another one, of course. I think many people forgot about early YouTube because there was no such thing as a guide or tutorial about how to be a YouTuber. Everyone was new to this platform, no thumbnail guide, script writing guide, editing guide. Look at how YouTube has grown up now. It's so big that there's a whole channel about how to grow a YouTube channel, and that channel itself has 2 million subscribers. Which is kind of insane. Now that I think about it, there's at least 2 million people who are actually really trying to be a YouTuber. The big YouTuber we see now endured those poor conditions and also compete with other YouTubers with no information of how to attract people to their channels. But even though there wasn't a guide for this, people who already acknowledged the importance slowly started to stand out compared to others. The talented ones will rise. That's just nature, that is normal, but talent is not the only thing that is important. I mean, just look at sports. So many talented people out there, but many are just forgotten. The famous YouTuber now has something more important than talent. Yeah, basic is a vague word since it can cover up too many things. So to clarify it, I made a simple list about what I think are the basics of becoming a YouTuber. I think people ignore how important the basics really are. You see, the word basic itself was oriented from a word basis, which is this thing. Look how fragile it will be if the basis doesn't exist. A talent without basics is exactly like that, a wobbly tower, and some people might get the hang of it and still succeed without a basis, but first, that wouldn't be you, and second, it has limits. Consistency is one of the most important things of being a YouTuber. You know, before I started YouTube, I thought if I made a video, that would be in YouTube forever, and it would make a certain amount of money every day because at least one person will watch the video. No, YouTube doesn't work like that. It gets 0 views. And if you stop uploading, every video slowly becomes like that. Your YouTube channel will not become a library where people visit every day, but rather a fossil. Nobody will visit your channel again. Just think about it. Do you visit the channels that stopped uploading? Let's ignore some special cases and think of it as an average channel. You don't. Uploading a video is not making a lifetime moneymaker. Rather, it's like an oil. Yes, gas. It runs your channel and it will become empty. Sometimes magically the oil refills itself thanks to the algorithm, but that's really rare. And while doing that, you have to improve yourself because, well, we all suck at making videos. I mean, I don't think this video is good, but compared to the first video I made, I can proudly say that I got better at making videos. And I'm not going to stop here. I'll still try to improve and learn how to make good videos. These two basics can be done when you have the patience, because YouTube is not a short-term game. I mean, you studied 12 years to go to college, which is the starting point of your career. What made you think people can master YouTube easily? Oh yes, that was done by YouTube. I think YouTube has done a really good job of making the job YouTuber looks easy. Because what you can see on the YouTube platform is the successful channels. According to the statistics, about 2% of all YouTube channels get monetized. Not 100,000 subscribers or 10,000 subscribers. Monetized is 2%. 100,000 subscriber channels are only about 0.3%. And most of us watch videos from 100,000 subscriber channels, not 1,000 subscribed channels. So 99.8% of channels that you cannot see are below those channels you see. Here's a brief visualization for that. Can you see it? Yeah, this line is 0.02%. And now, do you still think they don't deserve their positions? The famous YouTubers? I'm sure that if there was a channel who didn't deserve their own place, they would already been replaced with one of those 99.8%. But this only means that those YouTubers exist there because if they were in their position that isn't deserving for them, they would already be replaced. Sorry for the poor expression of English. What we are really interested in is how did they get there in the first place? Well, while researching the main reason how YouTubers succeed, there was an academic paper about breaking down into the problem of being a YouTuber. Most diseases they had was burnout, mental issues, and a little bit of physical issues. So this also means that successful YouTubers handle those issues for a very long time. The basic was what made them possible of being a YouTuber. Learning the basics doesn't have a fixed route. I think there are many ways, but you know what's interesting? We are actually learning how to be consistent and patient. A simple example can be a test. For the test, you start preparing for it. While doing that, you can learn how to be consistent by studying every day, and also learn to be patient by not doing what you want to do, like video games or watching YouTube. I mean, for my case, since my school was very tough, being a consistent YouTuber is relatively easy compared to being consistent in school. School actually helped me in becoming a YouTuber in a certain way. Whatever way YouTuber used to raise their basics for YouTube, it is not an easy skill to learn. There can be some talented people at their basics. Some people are born with those patience. But I do not think people can endure 10 years of YouTube for just what they are born with. All of the YouTubers we see now had a really hard time learning their basics and also the applied knowledge, like how to be a YouTuber thing. So, to me, every YouTuber deserves their spots. And there's YouTubers with controversies. YouTubers with controversies are a little bit complex to talk about because, let's be real, if they became a subject of controversy, they should be famous, meaning they had all those basics and skills of being a YouTuber. So where they were in the YouTube platform before controversy is a deserved place for them because the algorithm doesn't care whether you are a good person or not. It just looks at the quality of the video. Morality and skill is a different issue. At least one thing for sure is that if a YouTuber has a controversy and the accusation was fair, that YouTuber would probably never return to what they used to be. But the position where the YouTuber is after the controversy might upset many people since they don't want to see the YouTuber ever again. But you are doing that. If there's a YouTuber you used to watch and you stop watching after those dramas, at least to you, that YouTuber will be in the bottom of the pit. And for most people, it will be. So don't be too mad when a YouTuber with controversy returns and still makes videos. There's gonna be hundreds of other people on the internet who will repetitively talk about the controversies, because that's just how internet works. And the downfall from the peak is already enough for those YouTubers. Hey, now that I've finished this script, is there any way we can tell any YouTuber deserve their places in the first place? There aren't any research or scores about it. We just hear people in the internet talking some YouTubers doesn't deserve their incomes. Well, who cares? It's the internet. Please subscribe and like the video because I want to be in that 0.02%. And also, I got hit by a baseball and my lips hurts and it was really hard to record, so please subscribe and like the video. Okay, that was the cue, the video's over. Bye.